everyone, it's Robyn with Mawu Yoga Angels. We're here in Ilha Grande, Brazil for the island experience, and we're just taking the time to talk to a few people that we've met along the way on this journey and to ask them questions about spirituality, their spiritual practice, and just learn a little bit more about someone else's journey.
I'm Jude, and I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm actually from Montana, but I live in Albuquerque. I work at a studio called High Desert Yoga, and it's the same studio where I actually moved to Albuquerque 5 years ago specifically to study with a certain teacher there by the name of Keme, and it was such a positive experience, and I'm so grateful to say that I am now back there teaching side by side with my teachers, so that I have the good fortune of being able to both teach and also to practice and be mentored. So I just feel like that's the most fortunate situation that I could hope for. Even sitting with him and having deep spiritual talks, at the end, he always says that if you want to practice one thing, then go back to the first of the yamas, which is ahimsa, which is non-harming. And, you know, even the Dalai Lama says if you want to practice one thing, or he says, my religion is kindness. And we can talk about all kinds of metaphysical things and practices, but imagine a world where everybody just practiced nonviolence and non-harming towards themselves and towards others and all living beings. That would be everything. I think within that, that's the manifestation of all the teachings. That's the actual physical manifestations of the teachings. I have to give credit to my teacher because he really taught me that. And I was so appreciative of that. Because sometimes you can get lost in the metaphysics or the philosophy or the talk. But kindness is kindness. And it's something that it sounds easy, but you have to consciously practice it and work at it.
So, what brought you to Brazil and island experience?
It's definitely a very happenstance that I'm even here. One of the people that work here, Paula, was in Patagonia, and when she was in Patagonia, she met someone who had studied yoga with me in Patagonia, and they so highly recommended me that they called me and asked me to come. I do have to say that in many ways I'm eclectic. I'm very eclectic because I don't like to attach myself to dogmas. So even though, for example, yoga is a very serious practice for me and a thread in my life, it's not my only resource. And so I draw from yoga, and I'm very grateful to yoga, both the physical practice and the philosophical practice and the community that comes with it. And I also have always drawn a lot from Buddhism and from mysticism as well. And it's interesting because I'm also a person that I have a big connection to the earth. And I always have had a big connection to the earth. So it's only been recently that I've realized that my connection to the earth is so strong that I almost don't have to talk about it. But if I needed to go to church, I know where I would go. It would be to be in nature. So that I know and I'm grateful for. Yeah, that's one way that I feel very fortunate growing up in Montana, because as far back as I can remember, I was always outside, running up a mountain or playing in a stream or throwing rocks. And I've always lived my life in contact with nature, mainly the mountains, but I love being here by the water too. I had no contact. I didn't see the ocean until I was probably 18 years old, but I love the water.
Thank you.
Thank you.